And we're coming to you from the Oakland Coliseum in sunny Oakland, California. It's a day at the Coliseum, brought to you by the Redwood Empire Baseball League. The Sonoma Giants and the R.E.B.L Stars will draw the battle lines here in the third of 3 games for this one-day event from Rickey Henderson Field. I'm Jeff Lowry with APMvideo.com. The Giants representing the visiting team here today. It's a beautiful day for baseball. Our game time temperature right around 76 degrees, hardly a cloud in the sky. It's an absolutely gorgeous day for our national pastime. Let's send it down to the field in today's introductions.
Very inspired. Batting second.
Paulie, come over here.
Number 10, Rob Moran. Batting third, number 17, J.J. Merritt. Batting fourth, number 0, Tommy Rudstrom. Batting fifth, number 12, Wayne Eason. Batting sixth, number 21, Patrick Whalen. Batting seventh, number 22, Rich Kilmurray. Batting eighth, number 24, Brian Miller. Batting ninth, number 31, Kevin Phoenix. Batting 10th spot, number 28, Dave Rain. Batting 11th, 14, Truth Marcelino. Batting number 12, number 99, Ryan McClendon. That one, Jack Miller. Now for the home team. Batting first, number 42, Bryce Williams. Batting second, number 8, John Whiston. Batting third, number 5, Hunt Bailey. Batting cleanup, number 33, Rick Cantor. Batting fifth, number 16, Rafael Ramirez. Batting sixth, number 5, Jeff Shamrock. Batting seventh, number 27, Frank Hoppin. Batting eighth, number 11, Ed Howard. Batting ninth, number 13, Wayne Pad. Batting 10th, number 33, David Sharp. Back kids for today are Alexander Sargent.
Finnegan, wake up! They're gonna call your name! Wake up, they're gonna call your name!
Finnegan Williams.
That's you, Finn.
Come on, Finnegan. Come on.
Come on, Finn.
Come on, Finnegan. Run hard.
Ogle.
Come here, Finn. Come down here.
Natalia Ramirez. Maya Daly.
Here comes Finn again. Good job. Good job, man.
Daly. And
Finn, give him high. Give him high five.
Daly. I'm behind the plate. Jack Wall. On the bases, John Pierce, John Pilar, and Mark Giuliani. Hope everyone's asleep. Dan.
So it's a day at the Coliseum, game 3 of 3, and it's all coming up next on Arizona's leader in sports video coverage, apnvideo.com. The first pitch and all the exciting play-by-play coming up next. All right, the first pitch here in game number 3, thrown out by Alexander Sargent. As we're getting set for the third and final game of this A Day at the Coliseum, brought to you by the Redwood Empire Baseball League. It is Paul Baron-Meiser going up against David Sharp here in Game 3, the Giants and the Stars. Here you go, wide shot at the home of the Oakland Athletics. The stadium opened up back in 1967 and has hosted some of the greatest teams of all time, including the A's from 72 through 74 when they won 3 straight American League pennants and 3 straight world championships. David Sharp, the veteran, on the mound. Sharp, R.E.B.L. commissioner and team manager Rick Cantor's father-in-law, played at Rutgers baseball team 52 years ago. He delivers the first pitch of the contest.
359.
First pitch at 3:59 to Paul Baron-Meiser. It was a ball, and that's a strike, and it's even at 1-1, and we are underway. Pat Whalen is the manager of the Sonoma Giants. Rick Cantor is the manager of the Stars. Popped up, third base side. Long run for the third baseman. It was a valiant effort, but could not make the play. Jeff Shamrock, a longtime veteran of this Redwood Empire Baseball Coliseum game. So Baron-Meiser, 1 and 2 the count, leadoff hitter. He'll be followed by Rob Moran and J.J. Merrick. And he just got hit by a pitch on a 1 and 2 count. And the first base runner of the ball game is the very first batter to come to the plate. And we have a Rick Cantor sighting. Yes, we do. He has entered the field. Rick Cantor has entered the stadium. He was supposed to be the starting pitcher here today. David Sharp working on very little notice. First pitch is ball 1 to Rob Moran. Baron-Meiser, a stolen base title in his rookie year back in 2015. One of the fastest leadoff hitters around, 26 steals in 12 games back in 2015. As this one is laced out into left field, that's a base hit. The left fielder is throwing it to third, and the runner is going to be in. He goes first to third on a single to left field, and Rob heads in the second, and they're at second and third with nobody out for J.J. Merrick. So a good start for the Sonoma Giants. And the next batter, tambourine player in the cover band Whitesnake, tends to ferrets and is an outstanding dancer, coming up to the song Sabotage by the Beastie Boys, and he takes ball 1. And I'm talking about a gentleman that's been in this event for several years, J.J. Merrick. His primary position is catcher. And he takes high, 2 balls and no strikes. Second and third, we're in the top of the first inning and no score. That one is going to be out of play. 2 balls and 1 strike. He had the green light on the 2-0 pitch. Going up against David Sharp. We mentioned played for the Rutgers baseball team some 52 years ago. He's been married to his wife, Gail, for 51. They have 5 grandkids and 3 children. And he's a retired doctor as Merrick gives a base hit out into left field. 1 run is scored. And that will make it 1-0 as J.J. Merrick drives a hard hit single to left field, and the Sonoma Giants lead it 1-0. Tommy Rudstrom, and rocking to the tunes of Drowning Pool, let the bodies hit the floor. Cleanup hitter. And Merrick will take second base. That will be a defensive indifference, no stolen base. And now second and third again. Tommy Rudstrom, the cleanup hitter, batting with runners at second and third. A run is in. Top of the first, 1-0 Sonoma. Talking about the starting pitcher, David Sharp, retired doctor 3 years ago, started with 4 other retired doctors, the Santa Rosa Free Medical Clinic, and each of them worked 1 day a week. All medical care, lab tests, medicine free. Seen over 2,600 people as this ball is lined out into left center field. Bryce Williams got over there quickly. The run scores, and it's 2-0 in favor of the Sonoma Giants as Rudstrom comes through with an RBI hit. Moran scores from third. First and third occupied. Still nobody out. A hit batter and 3 straight hits. The last 2 of the RBI variety. And here's Wayne Geeson. Played center field for Sir Francis Drake High School. First team All-League / Marin County Athletic League. Swing and a foul. He was a starting left fielder for the University of San Francisco Dons. He slaps a ball to the shortstop, bobbled, picked up, throw to second, throw it to first. It's a double play. The run does score. J.J. Merrick from third. No RBI for Geeson, but Sonoma leads it 3-0 here in the top of the first inning. Now bring up the manager of the Giants, Pat Whalen, whose father was a trainer both in the NBA and in Major League Baseball. 10th year in the Redwood Empire Baseball League. Whelan drafted by the 25 and over Blue Jays back in 07, went to the Orioles in 2010, and has found a new home for himself as manager of the new 45 and over Giants. Here's a base hit left field. Well, the hit parade continues here in the first inning. Runners are at first and second with 2 out. And now Kilmurray. He takes a strike, 0-1. Rich Kilmurray. Hard line drive hitting left-handed hitter. We're in the top of the first inning. 3 runs have scored for Sonoma, and they lead it 3-0. And looking for more, and the pitch out, and Kilmurray went ahead and swung at it. And he finds himself in a 0-2, no balls, 2 strike count. Kilmurray against starting pitcher David Sharp. And they just ruled a balk. So now they're at second and third with 2 out. Pat Whelan heads down to the bag at second base. The 0-2 pitch. And it's low and away. A ball and 2 strikes. That's inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. On deck is Brian Miller, who played in game 1 of this event. And here's a comebacker. Sharp waits for it. He will fire on to first. And the inning is finally over. But the Giants, they score 3. It's a day at the Coliseum in the Redwood Empire Baseball League on APN Video Sports. So 3 runs, 4 hits, 2 stranded for the Sonoma Giants in the top of the first inning. And let's see if Bryce Williams can get it going here. A native of Sebastopol, and has had a lifelong dream of kicking up the red dust of a professional baseball field. And he's going to get that chance here today. Nice effort by the catcher. No balls and 1 strike as Tommy Rudstrom had to go a long ways for that one. The 0-1 pitch to Williams. And the breaking ball is high and inside. 1 ball and 1 strike on the leadoff hitter. Bryce Williams, Eye of the Tiger was his walk-up song. Attended Annalee High School and played varsity baseball for 4 years. That is just off the inside corner. 2-1 to Williams. He was scouted by colleges from Kansas to California to play. Currently plays center field for the R.E.B.L. Pirates of Sonoma County. 2-1. And the changeup is low. 3 balls and 1 strike. Bottom half of the first inning. First batter up for the Stars, Bryce Williams. Taking a strike all the way, and that runs the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And here's a drive out of play. Well, the starting pitcher here today is Paul Behrensmeyer, who is actually the leadoff hitter for the Sonoma Giants here today. So Behrensmeyer, starting pitcher, and he gets a strikeout swinging as Bryce Williams may have went out of the strike zone and came up empty-handed.
Number 8, John Westman.
That's going to bring up John Westman. Listening to Tennessee Jet by the Grateful Dead as his walk-up song, and a slow breaking ball in there for a called strike. Giants right now in the field, and they are leading it by a score of 3-0. They had 3 runs on 4 hits in the first, including RBI singles by J.J. Merrick and Tommy Rudstrom. Here's a shot right down to third base, and Ramsey went to a knee to haul it in. What an outstanding defensive play. So with 2 down in the inning, Ramsey with just an outstanding job down at the hot corner. And the San Francisco native John Westman retired, now Hunt Bailey. And he goes after the first pitch, pops it up towards the shortstop who drifts out, and Rob's got it to retire the side. Good inning for Behrensmeyer and the Giants. We go to the second. Giants 3, Stars nothing. Well, look at some of the dimensions here. 330 down the line, 367 to the first gap. Then it goes out to 388 to right and left center field. It's a symmetrical ballpark. As Brian Miller will step in for the first time, former league MVP. And he swings and wallops one deep down the right field line, and it's out of play. It had home run distance. He took time off from the game to dance with the Chippendales from 95 to 2001, but he's back on the field and back at the Oakland Coliseum and flying out to the left fielder, and there's 1 down.
Number 31, Kevin Phoenix.
No.
There's a swing and a miss. This is Kevin Feenan. First time around the batting order. R.E.B.L. member since 1994. If you hear me say R.E.B.L., it's Redwood Empire Baseball League. He's been a member of the Redwood Empire Baseball League since 94. In his spare time, he likes to lay brick. Deep tissue massage and chase screwy rabbits. He just bounces one back to the mound and quickly 2 down. Sharp has set down 4 of the last 5 that he has faced, and now slick fielding third baseman Dave Ramsey. 2 out, nobody on, 3-0 Giants batting here in the top of the second inning. Good pitch. I don't know if Dave Sharp really was warmed up because he was not intended to be the starting pitcher. Nice play by Howard deep at shortstop, and he throws him out. So an outstanding defensive play by the Stars shortstop. And we're heading now. He gets a glad hand from the crowd here. Rick Cantor, the commissioner and team manager of the Redwood Empire Baseball League, and he's the manager of the Stars here today. We'll see him on the mound later. Behrensmeyer in his second inning of work, and a 3-0 lead for the Giants as the Stars bat here in the bottom of the second inning. Jeff Lowry with you, APM Video Sports. Rick Cantor at the plate, and he takes a letter-high fastball, a called strike. 52 years, married to his beautiful belly dancer wife, Kimberly, with one child, ZJ, 10 years old, who I think threw out the first pitch last year or the year before, as this one's looped down the right field line. That's a long run, and Rick Cantor is on with a leadoff single here in the home half of inning number 2. He's been the commissioner of the Redwood Empire Baseball League, by the way, since 2003. Rafael Ramirez, not to be confused with Atlanta Braves veteran shortstop Rafael Ramirez, who played in those early days of Ted Turner, TBS, and all, when they used to broadcast a good majority of their games. He was on those Bob Horner, Dale Murphy teams, but now this Rafael Ramirez is a lot younger, 35-year-old Oakland A's fan from Rohnert Park. He's been married to Johanna for 5 years. They have 2 kids, Natalie and Mateo. And Rafael slaps one to the shortstop. They'll go second one. Heading on to first, not in time. He beat the wrap. So a 6'4" fielder's choice. Good turn down there at second base. One out, runner at first, Jeff Shamrock. Baseball junkie. Yeah, Dropkick Murphy doing his walk-up song, I'm Shipping Up to Boston. Of course, Jeff Shamrock suffered a terrible injury in this event. I want to say it was like 2008 or 2011. I really don't remember what year. Tough play here for the catcher, and probably Brian Miller should have called him off. But Shamrock, tremendous guy. Didn't get a chance to catch up with him this year as the runner goes. The throw beats him, but gets through the second baseman, and that's a steal. J.J. Merrick. Now Shamrock with a chance to drive in a run and slaps that one foul.
No.
The right-hander looks in for the sign. He looks backward to second and now onto the plate, and he struck him out swinging. Or check that, looking. That's his second strikeout of the game for Behrensmeyer. Behrensmeyer, good off-speed pitcher. Tricky knuckleball and curveball. I think you just saw the curve. That's going to bring up Frank Hoppen, the catcher. Lifelong resident of the Bay Area, grew up in San Jose, attended Bellarmine and Prospect High Schools, played baseball at both schools, varsity baseball at Prospect. Attended West Valley College and San Jose State. He's up there with 2 out, a runner at second. Stars batting, trailing 3-0. And he swings and hits a long drive down the left side, but it's out of play. 76 degrees. It's absolutely gorgeous out here. This 4 o'clock start time, 3:59 to be exact. And here's a tapper down to third. Nice play there. Ramsey's long throw draws the first baseman Miller off the bag, but he was able to corral it and beat the runner hopping to the bag. 5-3 on that play. Ramsey showing off some good glove work. And at the end of 2, 3-0 Giants. This is APN. Trip Marcelino to start it off, top of the third, 3-0 Giants. He played baseball at Montgomery High School from 86 to 89, and he's an easy first pitch swinging out here in the top of the third inning. The Giants got all 3 of their runs in the first inning. 3 runs on 4 hits, RBI hits by Merrick and Rudstrom. And now the batter, the final hitter in the lineup, Actually, the 12th place hitter is Ryan McClellan. Went to Santa Barbara City College. And he's going to get on base. And he is heading to second. That's going to be an infield hit and a throwing error on the second baseman. And so Ryan McClellan, who is a pitcher of the year, conference pitcher of the year, MVP for the College of Marin. Also went to Sonoma State University, first team All-American. We go back to the top of the order, starting pitcher Paul Behrensmeyer. All-star center fielder a season ago, still makes diving catches. One he made in 2015 is still talked about. Has a very strong throwing arm. Has thrown 2 runners out at first base from center field. That's pretty amazing. Right now he's down the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. His team up 3-0. He got jammed on that one, and Shamrock, a good effort down the line. Tough play. Count holding on Behrensmeyer at 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Giants batting leading 3-0 here in the top half of inning number 3. He gets under this one and hits it to the second baseman who had to battle the sun. And that will be out number 1. Nice job by Rafael Ramirez. Check that, out number 2. And here's Rob Moran. He singled and scored his first time up. Runner goes, and really no chance for Frank Hoppen, and an easy steal for Ryan McClellan. Moran at the plate, sharp in his 3rd inning of work, and a beautiful big-time curveball, and he misses low, 2-2. On Rob Moran, batting up there with a runner at 3rd and 2 out. Another curveball, and I guess that was ball 4. So he has singled and walked in 2 plate appearances, and now J.J. Merrick batting for the second time. He had an RBI single when he lined one out into left field. That plated the first run of the contest. Runner goes. Hoppin's throw down, not in time. And on the play, the run will score. And it's 4-0 in favor of the Giants. So the double steal works to perfection. And now J.J. Merrick with a chance to drive in a run still. And a line shot down the line, and it is fair. It's going to rattle down in the corner. He has his second RBI single. He's heading for 2, heading for a double, and he's got it. So J.J. Merrick making a name for himself. It is a 2-run inning. And now Rudstrom, who had an RBI single in the first inning. And is 1 for 1, the starting catcher for the Sonoma Giants, who now lead it 5-0. I would imagine we may be seeing Rick Cantor shortly in this game. No, Doc Sharp is actually, he did have the walk earlier in the inning. Here's a ball hammered down the left side, out of play. He's only walked 1, hasn't struck out a batter, but he's been around the plate for the most part. And as I say that, he throws one about 2.5 feet off the outside part of the plate against the right-hander and cleanup hitter Tommy Rudstrom. 1 for 1 with an RBI single back in a 3-run first. Foul ball again. Shamrock now creeping towards that line a little bit more. Here's the pitch. High pop fly, shallow left center field. Bryce Williams, long run, and a great effort, but he could not come up with a ball. The throw goes back to second. J.J. Merrick scores his second run of the game. And as they did in the first, the Sonoma Giants have scored 3 times here in the third and lead it 6-0. Now Wayne Geeson, who bounced into a 6-4-3 double play back in the first. So both Merrick and Rudstrom with 2 hits, 2 RBIs. Here's a bullet to left field, but this ball is going to be caught, and the side is retired. They get 3 runs. They do it with 3 hits, and they leave 1. They've left 3 through 3 innings of play, and at the end of 2.5, the Giants 6, the Stars nothing. This is APN Video Sports in the Redwood Empire Baseball League. Beautiful Oakland Coliseum. Once you get into this ballpark, it's really video friendly. Going to bring up Ed Howard, the shortstop. Slightly open stance, right-handed hitter, and he takes the first pitch, and just inside, 3rd inning of work for Paul Behrensmeyer. Ed says if his wife calls, he says, I'm not here, working overtime. Ed started what really has become a pretty big double play ball back in the 1st inning. That was when the Giants scored 3 times. They don't turn that double play, who knows how many runs they might have scored. So he's leading things off here. He'll be followed by Wayne Padd, P-A-D-D, and Doc Sharp. Today's starting pitcher, who has went 3 innings and given up 6 runs. Pitch. So Ed Howard up there. Slightly open stance. And that one's ball 4. Well, he got ahead in the count and persevered. Look at the Bat Boys and the Bat Girls. They hustle. They do a great job out here. Didn't get the names of the kids this time. So the batter's going to be Wayne Padd, P-A-D-D, 70 years old, psychologist, taught 19 years at Santa Rosa Junior College. Hobbies besides baseball include singing and playing guitar, model trains, longtime world champion, Chicago Cubs fan. How about that? How does that sound? The world champion Chicago Cubs. I'll say it again. No one's heard that since, what is it, 1904? 1904, I believe. And this is playable for the pitcher, and Paul's got it. I'll tell you, it's that high sky is a tough one to battle with. I'll bring up David Sharp. This is a guy that spent many years giving away free medical and lab tests and medicine. He chops one through the left side, and he's got a base hit. David Sharp with the second hit of the ball game for his R.E.B.L. Stars as we head back to Bryce Williams in the top of the Stars batting order. He was a strikeout victim in the first. He was ahead in the count. He swings and longs one deep to left field. It is over the head of J.J. Merritt. That ball's going to go all the way to the 367 sign. 1 run is in. And Sharp is going to be held up at third. That is a long, long double for Bryce Williams. And the Stars are on the board, trailing now 6-1.
Number 8, John.
And here's a ball slapped down to third, barehanded, and no play. He had to come up with it cleanly and could not do it. That's an infield hit. So now the bases are loaded for Hunt Bailey, who popped up to the shortstop back in the first. He takes low for ball 1. Bailey, born and raised in Sonoma, California, is now married and has 3 kids, Jordan, Maya, and Keelan. And they are here today, and here's a ball rifled down to third. Nice job, and the lead out at home. That was a force play. Fielder's choice goes 5-3. Another fine defensive play by Dave Ramsey at the hot corner. Rick Cantor looped a single down the right field line going opposite field. So he is 1 for 1. 2 down, bases loaded, and no fringe benefits for the commissioner of the league. That ball looked like it was about a foot off the plate, and doing a great job here today. Jack Walls might have missed that one, maybe. A little hard to tell from here. It might have been closer than it looked. And here's a ball rifled into right field for a base hit. Cantor is 2 for 2. 1 run is going to score, and 2 runs are going to come across. And Rick has a 2-run single to cut the deficit to 6-3. Clutch hitting with 2 out. And now Rafael Ramirez. He's from a small town in Napa Valley called Calistoga. That's where I'm going to be staying tomorrow night. I'm going to drive up there and try to partake in some wine drinking and hopefully have a nice dinner in Calistoga. It's a cute town. His dad played professional ball. That one going out in the center field. His dad played professional ball in Mexico City with the Los Diablos Rojos. And here's a pop-up, foul territory. No stadium in the world has more foul territory than the Coliseum. And Ramsey ran out of real estate. Well, Ramirez talks about following in his father's footsteps, but instead he pursued an amateur soccer career. Played semi-pro soccer. Here's a shot down the left field line. Is it fair? It is. And it's going to bounce up into the stands. That is a ground rule double for Rafael Ramirez. And coming around the score is the
Number 35.
Hunt Bailey. And it's a 4-run inning. 6-4. And now here's Shamrock. Ground rule double. Back-to-back RBI hits by Rick Cantor and Ramirez. Ramirez standing out at second base with an RBI double of the ground rule variety. Jeff Shamrock caught looking, striking out in the second inning. We're in the home half of the third, and the Stars have put themselves right back into this ball game at 6-4. Cantor taking his lead down at third. The runner at second is Rafael Ramirez. This inning started Ed Hauer a walk after Pad popped up to the pitcher. Sharp singled. Williams doubled. Wisman singled. A fielder's choice by Hunt Bailey. 2-run single by Rick Cantor to right field, going opposite field for the second time in 2 tries. And then Ramirez, an RBI double. On a long fly to left field, the ball bounced up into the seats for a ground rule double. Second and third occupied, 2 out. Shamrock. Strike 3 called. Second time he has been struck out, caught looking, and Byron's Mayor gets his team out of the inning, but not before the Stars score 4. Well, as expected, the day is over for Doc Sharp. He goes 3 innings and gives up 6 runs. And they'll give way to the manager and the commissioner, Rick Cantor, who induces the first batter to line out to the second baseman, and Ramirez had to go down to one knee to grab it. So manager Pat Whalen retired on a fine play by Ramirez. His father, he was at the time the only trainer in pro sports with championship rings in both baseball and basketball. Gil Murray is now the batter. Rich bounced out 1-3 back in the first inning. That was the final out of the first inning. So Rick Cantor stands probably somewhere around 6'5". Been the commissioner since 2003. And, of course, we mentioned Doc Sharp is his father-in-law. He played, Rick Cantor, that is, played his college baseball at Santa Rosa Junior College and San Francisco State University. And he's got a strikeout, and there's 2 down. So a good start for Rick Cantor on the mound, and now a tough cookie here in Ryan Miller. We mentioned he took some time off from the game to dance with the Chippendales from 95 to 2001. He was the MVP in this game, I guess it was last year. Playing in 2 games this year. He played in game 1, father of 3 boys and 3 girls. Almost 30 years in the drywall trade. His favorite player, the namesake of this ballpark, and perhaps the greatest leadoff hitter of all time, Ricky Henderson. That's a swing and a miss. And that will retire the side. 3 up and 3 down against Rick Cantor. And at the end of 3.5 innings of play, it's the Giants 6, the Stars 4. We're heading to the home half of the 4th inning in the Coliseum, the Redwood Empire Baseball League. Well, Baronsmeyer's day is over, and the Giants are going to send out a new pitcher here, and it's going to be Troop Marcelino. 1 bad inning for Paul Baronsmeyer, and that was a 4-run 3rd inning, and Frank Hoppen is hoping to pick up where they left off in that last inning as their Stars bat here, bottom half of the 4th inning, trailing it by a score of 6-4. Popped him up, and an opportunity for the catcher, who is Tommy Rudstrom, and he's got it for out number 1. Fine defensive play. Now the shortstop, Ed Hauer, he walked and scored. Got that 3rd inning going with a leadoff walk, came around to score. 6-4 Giants. Giants in the field with the lead. So Paul Baronsmeyer goes 3 innings, gives up 6 hits, 4 runs, and they were earned. Struck out 3. I don't think he walked. Yeah, he did walk 1 batter. He walked a batter in that 4-run 3rd inning. Bottom of the 4th inning. And here's a ball tattooed to left, and it is caught for 2 outs. So a nice play by Ryan McClellan. Did not get fooled on that sinking line drive off that tomahawk swing off the bat of Ed Hauer. Wayne Pad slaps one down to first base, and it gets by the first baseman. Well, that's going to be an error on the manager, Pat Whelan, and that allows Pad to reach base with 2 outs. That will extend the inning for Doc Sharp. Troop Marcelino on a pickoff move, and he was out from here to there. And at the end of 4, 6-4 Giants. It's a day at the Coliseum on APN Video Sports. Kevin Feenan will start things off as we go to the top of the 5th inning. First pitch from Rick Cantor, a called strike. Giants at the plate, leading it by 2. Top of the 5th inning. A ball and a strike to Kevin Feenan. And that one is out of play. We mentioned he likes to lay bricks in his spare time, get deep tissue massages, and hit ground balls to Ed Hauer at shortstop, and he's going to be thrown out. Nice play. Crowd responding to that outstanding play by the shortstop of the Stars, who had trailed it 6-0 after 2.5 innings of play, but they scored 4 times in the bottom half of the 3rd to cut the deficit to 2. One out. Here's Dave Ramsey, the third baseman, taking a strike. Dave grounded out to shortstop, his only time up back in inning number 2. Rick Cantor in his second inning of work had a 1-2-3 inning. He has set down the first 4 he has faced. Hauer deep in the hole, tries to bounce it up there, and it gets away from Shamrock. And the quick throw back, nope, there will be no quick throw back. I think you got to give Dave Ramsey a base hit there. That was a very difficult play for the shortstop. He had to go a long ways for that one. And now Marcelino. Continental League home run champion back in 2010. Works for Keysight Technologies, and he pops one to Hauer. Short pop up on the infield, and there's just like that, 2 down in the inning for Ryan McClellan. The 12th place hitter in the lineup, but maybe one of their top players. 3 appearances in the Stan Musial World Series, close play at first. Ryan McClellan. Sonoma State University first team All-American, 3 Red Sox Bay Area MSBL championships, 20 and over. This is a guy normally would not be batting down here in the 12 spot. And he swings and hits a long drive, deep left field. He hit it a ton. Going back on it is Williams, and he can't get there. McClellan has his second hit of the ball game. Here comes the runner around third. He will score on a long double to left center field by Ryan McClellan. And it's 7-4 Giants as they've regained a 3-run lead. Now we go back to the top of the order, and Felix Mion. Oh, I'm sorry, Paul Berensmeyer. Remember Felix Mion, a good hitter. I mean, like a 290 career hitter, second baseman with the Mets. And here is a ball hit towards the hole. That's going to be a base hit. And McClellan's going to hold up right there at third base. So an infield hit for Paul Berensmeyer, the second time he's been on in 3 tries. He was hit by a pitch in the first, came around and scored on the Merrick single, popped up his last time up. Now Rob Moran lifts a fly ball. Ramirez playing it on the hop. He will throw to first. Shamrock couldn't get it, and that's a base hit. So McClellan comes around to score. It's a 2-run inning, and it is now the Giants 8 and the Stars 4. Now J.J. Merrick, who has tattooed the ball both times up. This is going to be an easy stolen base for Rob Moran. Second and third occupied. 2 outs, 2 runs in. Merrick went after a pitch that might have been out of the strike zone. J.J. has singled in a run in the first. He singled in another one in the third. And he's going to get a free pass here as he gets hit by the pitch. We've seen a lot of hit batsmen here. Rick Cantor showing the class that he displays usually, and goes over there and gives J.J. a pat on the backside as Rudstrom up there again for the third time. He has had a pair of RBI singles. J.J. had a double his last time up. I wrote down single. So Rick Cantor having a tough time out there. The bases are loaded, 2 outs, 2 runs in. 4 hits in total for the Giants in this inning. Good fastball by Rick Cantor. 2 runs in, 8 runs on 11 hits, an error, and 3 stranded so far for the Giants. The Stars 4 runs, 6 hits, 1 error, and 3 stranded. Top of the 5th inning. Fly ball, left center field. Williams on his horse. Did he make the basket catch? He did. He saves 3 runs, and it ends the inning. What a phenomenal catch out in center field. You can hang a star next to that one. And at the end of 4.5, halfway through this affair, 8-4 Giants. This is APN and our day at the Coliseum, Redwood Empire Baseball League. Doc Sharp will start things off. 8-4 is the score, but you got to go back to that catch in center field. by Bryce Williams. And without a doubt, that would have saved 3 runs. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good night. Troop, in his second inning of work, picks up his first strikeout. He has faced the minimum so far, and now the man of the moment, Bryce Williams, who had a double, a run scored back in the third, struck out in the first. His team is down by 4 as he bats here in the bottom half of inning number 5. He gets under this one, foul territory. 2 strikes on Bryce Williams. John Westman is on deck, Hunt Bailey to follow. 1 out, nobody on. We're in the bottom half of inning number 5. And it's an 8-4 lead as the Stars are at the plate, and they are trailing the Giants 8-4. Williams, 1 for 2 at the plate. Chops one foul third base side. He's a battler. Gosh, that looks like those uniforms the Pirates had. 1979. We Are Family. That We Are Family team with Pop Stargell and Tim Foley and David Eugene Parker. John Candelaria. Bert Blyleven was on that team. That was a heck of a ball club. Bill Madlock. So a walk to Williams, on for the second time in 3 tries, and now John Westman. And he goes after the first pitch, scooped out of the dirt by Ramsey, and he gets the lead runner. Another slick play by the man patrolling the hot corner, and that's Dave Ramsey.
Hey, lots of real estate out there, buddy. No respect.
2 down. Here's Hunt Bailey. So John Westman, who owns a solar energy business consulting firm, Verisol, reaches on a fielder's choice, but not before Dave Ramsey makes another sensational play at the hot corner. Marcelina delivering, swing and a miss by Hunt Bailey, who is looking for his first hit of the ball game. His children are the Batgirls and boy for the team. He and his wife own and operate a tour company in the town of Sonoma called Sonoma Adventures. I saw that on the web just the other day, and Brian Miller comes on and makes a one-handed grab, and that will end the inning. So the Stars are turned away as they leave runner at first. No hits, 1 left. 6th inning coming up, 8-4. This is a day at the Coliseum, and this is APN Video Sports. All right, we head now to the top of the 6th inning for Wayne Geeson, who is hit into a double play and fly to left. First pitch, a called strike. So this is the 3rd inning for Rick Cantor. He had a perfect 4th inning, but then struggled in the 5th, giving up 4 hits and 2 runs. And here's a ball slapped foul down the line. 0-2 on Wayne Geeson. Hit .343 in 1984 for USF. Pops this one up left field. That's going to drop in for a hit. But it's foul. It's foul. Wayne, by the way, 3-time first-team All-American selection in the ASA Fast Pitch Softball National Tournament. And here's a ball hit right to Rafael Ramirez, and he'll take care of Geeson. 2012 inducted into the Marin County Athletic Foundation Hall of Fame in 3 sports: baseball, soccer, tennis. Wayne Geeson. Bit of a legend around these parts. And he's been retired 3 straight times, and now the manager, Pat Whelan, who had a single in the first and lined out to the second baseman on a fine defensive play by Rafael Ramirez. 8-4 Giants at the plate. leading it here in the top of the 6th inning. Whalen is 1 for 2, a single in the first. Kill Murray is on deck. And this is going to be trouble for Sharp. He knocked it down. Probably should have let that ball roll to the shortstop. I think that would have been a hit anyway for Pat Whelan, who is now 2 for 3. And now Kill Murray. Well, special thanks to Elvira Morales for throwing out. I'm sorry, that was Alexander Sargent. Yes, Alexander Sargent. I was looking at game 2, sorry. Alexander Sargent threw out the first pitch. Kill Murray pops it up. That's going to be a foul ball. Good job by Kill Murray laying off that pitch. Gets away from the catcher. Whelan to second. Cantor's got him. He throws it back to second, not in time. And if the throw had been a tad lower, they probably get him. Great effort nonetheless by the shortstop Ed Hauer and Rick Cantor. And again, a very close play out there at second base. And this one is hammered to center field. Williams comes on, trying to throw him out at first base to no avail. Here comes a runner home, and he is going to be safe. And down to second goes the runner, and Kill Murray is going to be safe. Well, not really sure why the throw went to first base with Bryce Williams, and it's now 9-4. We'll give Kill Murray an RBI, and now Brian Miller at the plate, though that could be reversed by the official score. Brian looking for his first hit of Game 3. He played earlier today in game number 1. And was 1 for 4. And he rockets one down the line, foul ball. A former most valuable player in these Day at the Coliseum games. And a former league MVP. I thought he won the MVP 2 or 3 years ago. I don't remember. Swing and a miss. Got a piece of it. Foul tip. Here's a chopper to the right side. Ramirez charges, knocks it down, picks it up, throws the first. Got him. Well, a good job there. Staying with that play was Ramirez. 2 down, a runner at third, and the batter is going to be Kevin Feenan, who is 0 for 2. And this one gets away from the catcher, and the run will score. Nope, he's going to stay there at third base. Wow, well, I'm sorry. I assumed he was going to score on that play. And now Feenan pops it up, and no chance for Hoppin. Especially with the amount of foul territory that we have here. Line drive over Ed Hauer's head, base hit left center field, and it doesn't matter. The runner scores anyway. Yeah, it's a 2-run inning, and it's 10-4 in favor of the Sonoma Giants. It's a Day at the Coliseum here in the Redwood Empire Baseball League, and Kevin Feenan, or rather Ramsey, grounds one to the shortstop. They get the fielder's choice, and that will end the inning. But Feenan's RBI hit, along with Kill Murray, extends the lead to 6. It's a Day at the Coliseum from the home of the Oakland A's.
Number 33, Rick Cantor.
Rick Cantor to start things off. He's had a great day at the plate. He has singled both times, going opposite field. His last hit was a 2-run single that drew the Redwood Empire Baseball League Stars back to within 3. He taps this one to the first baseman and troop covering, and relatively easy out, 3-1 on the play. And here's second baseman Rafael Ramirez. Bottom half of the 6th inning, it is 10-4 in favor of the Giants. And this one is going to be out of play. Ramirez again protecting himself at the plate. Marcelino kicks and he fires. Way outside. Marcelino played for Santa Rosa Junior College 90-92 and Sonoma State. Ball 4. Well, I guess it's safe to say that Santa Rosa is some kind of a feeder school for Sonoma State University. In fact, Marcelino now sets his sights on Shamrock. Member of the first Santa Rosa Connie Mack team to throw 2 no-hitters that year. So this is a guy who knows how to play the game. His 14-year-old son, Anthony Marcelino. Here's the runner to second, and Ramirez in safe. He's got good wheels. That's his second stolen base. Ramirez 1 for 2 with a walk, standing out there at second base. Way outside. Let's see if Shamrock can get this runner in. The Stars need some runs after pulling to within 2 at 6-4 at the end of 3. They give up 2 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th, and now trail 10-4. Shamrock tried to go the other way with it, hit it off the end of the bat. Right-handed hitter, left-handed pitcher, swing and a miss. Quick throw down to second. That's a strikeout. There's 2 down in the inning. And it's been a tough, tough day. The golden sombrero for Jeff Shamrock. Much better hitter than what he has shown so far here today based on what we've seen down through the years. But he's had a tough time here today. And now Frank Hoppen, resident of Windsor, that's in Canada, married to wife Elise with 2 younger children, Liam and Laura, moved to Sonoma County in 2011, lifelong resident of the Bay Area, lifetime Oakland A's fan, now the field manager for the Orioles. And he goes down swinging. He's 0 for 3, and we head to the 7th. 10-4, Giants over the Stars as we head to the top of the 7th inning. It's a day at the Coliseum on APN Video Sports. Well, the pitcher, Troop Marcelino, who's really done a sensational job, 3 scoreless innings of relief. And he's going up against Rick Cantor, who's already in his 4th inning of work. Rick had an easy go of it in the 1st inning, struck out 2 and set down the side in order. It'll be Marcelino, McClelland, and Berensmeyer, the leadoff hitter in the lineup for the Sonoma Giants, who bat here in the top of the 7th and lead it 10-4. Troop, a little looper to left. It's going to hold up there and be caught for out number 1. Well, John Westman's played a nice left field here today. Now Ryan McClelland, who has singled, he has doubled. He has an RBI, 2 stolen bases, and 2 runs scored. 1 ball and no strikes. In the dirt, 2-0. And after a pitch that was up and in, 2 balls, 1 strike. Very talented player, Sonoma State University, 1st team All-American. And he had a healthy cut at that one, fouled it straight back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Great matchup here. You got Rick Cantor battling with Ryan McClelland. And he gets into this one. Williams drifts over to the gap, in trouble, but he's got it. Nice job battling that high sky in the sun right in front of the NBC Sports. California, your home of Oakland A's baseball. Behrensmeyer batting for now the 4th time, hit by a pitch in the 1st. He had a run scored, popped up to the second baseman in the 3rd, and singled back in the 5th inning. Good pitch by Cantor, almost unhittable. Paul's batting feat's one of the fastest, most exciting leadoff hitters. 2015 stolen base title, on base percentage title. The .674, and he is going to be safe. The throw brought Shamrock off the bag. And that's going to be an error on the shortstop, the second error of the day for the Stars defense. So the 2-out error keeps it alive for Rob Moran, who has singled, walked, singled again. He has 2 runs scored. Another throw over. Good job by Jeff Shamrock keeping that ball at bay. And the first pitch to Moran, ball 1. Giants batting here. It is the top of the 7th inning. The Giants with a 10-4 lead. Well, Behrensmeyer over there, 2016 led the league in runs scored and a league record for hit batsmen. In 2015, we mentioned that Behrensmeyer, the runner at first base, stolen base and on base percentage titles. Rob Moran looking to add some insurance runs here. Checks his swing. 2-out runner at first base. Giants up 10-4 in this game as they bat in the top of the 7th inning. And that'll be an easy steal for Paul. Something that he knows how to do. Cantor delivers, and it is outside for a ball, and a nice job there by the catcher, who is now Hunt Bailey. Payoff pitch coming up with 2 out and a runner at second base. Cantor delivers, and it's low and outside, ball 4. So here in the top of the 7th inning, the first 2 retired, but then an error, a walk, and J.J. Merrick, who has singled in a run, doubled in a run. He was hit by a pitch his last time up in the 5th inning. And I believe he called that a strike, 0-1. Jack Walls behind the plate here today. For the most part, he's been pretty good. He's been really good. Off the trademark, this could be trouble. And the shortstop, Hauer, throwing and safe. Infield hit. And a perfect day at the plate continues for J.J. Merrick. So the bases are loaded, 2 out. And here's Tommy Rudstrom, who has singled in runners in the 1st and 3rd innings with base hits. He flied to center field with the bases loaded and 2 outs and was robbed by Bryce Williams on truly a sensational play. Bases loaded, 2 out here in the top of the 7th inning. And this one's going to skip away from the catcher, Hunt Bailey, and the run is going to score. Second run scored of the day makes it 11-4 Giants. Second run scored of the day by Paul Behrensmeyer. And now a roller to the shortstop. Hauer to second and on to first, and that's not in time. So that's a fielder's choice. Another run is in. Credit Rudstrom with his 3rd RBI at bat, and it is now 12-4. Geeson looking for his first hit of the ball game.
I think it was just too crowded.
Starting left fielder for the University of San Francisco Dons, honorable mention All-Conference WCAC in 1985. Played center field for the College of Marin. That's foul. Held career stolen base mark of 22 for many years back in the 80s. And he goes down on strikes. And the 7th inning is in the books. 7th inning stretch time. It's a day at the Coliseum. It's all Giants. Well, we're going to see probably the hardest thrower of this tournament in Ryan McClellan. Boy, Marcelino did a great job. 3 innings of shutout baseball. 3 no-hit innings by Troop Marcelino. So now McClellan. Howard fouls it back. Howard walked and scored in the 3rd. He is fly to left field. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. The Giants lead it 10-4. All 4 runs scored by the Stars came in the home half of inning number 3. Now we're battling the shadows. The 1-2 pitch. And that is strike 3 called. That is 3 straight strikeouts for Giants pitching going back to the 6th inning when Shamrock and Hoppen were struck out by Marcelino. I don't know how much of a chance you have against the hard-throwing Ryan McClellan. He says that he has been clocked as high as 92. And now Wayne Pad. Well, a good approach, trying to go opposite field. He's donning the uniform once. War as that's strike 3 swinging. And 4 straight strikeouts for the Giants pitchers, 2 of which by McClellan, who just came into the game, and now Dave Sharp, who is 1 for 2. He struck out his last time up, and that's a strike. I was going to say that Seals uniform, Joe DiMaggio played for the San Francisco Seals amongst many other greats. I think Lefty O'Doul, who has a bar down there in Union Square. That's a fun place to go on game day. A lot of great sports fans down there. Sharp fouls that one off. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. Giants in the field, led by their relief pitcher, the 3rd pitcher used, in Ryan McClellan, and he just comes in and strikes out the side. We are going to the top of the 8th inning here from the Coliseum. It's a day at the Coliseum, brought to you by the Redwood Empire Baseball League. Rafael Ramirez getting set to go here as we play in the top of the 8th inning. Pat Whalen will lead things off. Interesting story about Pat's dad, who was a trainer for the 1960 Pirates when Bill Mazeroski hit that famous home run against the Yankees. And before going to the Pirates, his father spent 25 years in the Cardinal farm system with the Rochester Red Wings, and Whalen ended up with the New York Knicks, where he ended up adding 2 more rings to his repertoire. So he won championships with both the Pittsburgh Pirates and the New York Knicks, and at the time he was the only trainer in pro sports to win championship rings in Major League Baseball and the NBA. Well, Pat has had a good day at the plate. A single in the 1st. He lined out, was robbed on a fine play by the pitcher, at the time second baseman Rafael Ramirez, and then singled and scored back in the 6th inning. He puts this one in the expensive seats straight away, straight back. Ready at the next pitch, and this one is laced out in the center field. Coming in hard is Bryce Williams as he continues to flash the leather, and there's 1 down here in the 8th. 1 up and 1 down here in the top of the 8th inning, and the batter is going to be Rich Gilmurray. Gilmurray has an RBI single and a run scored in 3 tries. He's 1 for 3. They said Frank Hoppen was 27. He is wearing 12. He is now at 3rd base. Hunt Bailey doing the catching. Came in an inning or 2 ago. Backdoor curveball that caught the outside corner. Good pitch there by Rafael Ramirez. He winds, kicks, and deals. Just under the knees. He needs a strike here or he's going to lose the batter, and that's high and away, ball 4. So a runner at first and 1 out, and the batter's going to be Brian Miller, looking for his first hit and 6 at-bats here in today's competition. We told you he was 1 for 4, but he had a first at-bat single and has not been on base since. It's inside, 2 balls and no strikes to Brian Miller, hard-hitting left-hander. Taking a strike all the way, and a pretty good-looking pitch that time by Rafael Ramirez. 2 balls, 1 strike. With a runner at first base, Jeff Shamrock moved from third to first. And that's high and away, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike on Brian Miller with Kevin Feeney on deck. Ramirez brings it plateward, and it's swung on and missed. He had the green light, and he took a healthy cut at it. He's got the power to put one out of here, no question about it. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, runner at first. Giants at the plate, leading at 12-4. We're in the top of the 8th inning. And the next delivery is way outside, ball 4. And here we go again. Feenan is 1 for 3, had an RBI single his last time up.
No.
And he's down, no balls and 1 strike, 1 out, 2 on. With the Sonoma Giants at the plate, leading at 12-4, the pitch. And he pops it up, but this is going to find the seats out of play. Quickly, no balls and 2 strikes on the batter, Kevin Feenan, in the pitch. And he went around, and that's a strikeout. So with 2 down in the inning, here is Dave Ramsey, who could quite possibly get the Gold Glove Award for today. Made several sensational plays down at the hot corner. And Dave is up there for the 4th time. He had a single, and I believe he had a courtesy runner that inning. Came around to score. Good curveball by Rafael Ramirez. We're in the top of the 8th, 12-4 Giants. They took a 3-0 lead early in the first, added 3 more in the top of the 3rd. The closest that the Stars ever got was at the end of 3 at 6-4. And that deficit held up to the top of the 5th, and then the Giants reeled off 6 unanswered runs over 3 innings as this one is hit out into left field and playable for Wisman. Side retired. We are heading to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Giants lead the Stars in a day at the Coliseum, 12-4. Jeff Lowry with you from APN Video Sports. Well, stay with us at the conclusion of this game. We will be selecting our most valuable player. We'll have the trophy presentation from Kenton Lewis. And here's Williams lining a single out to left field to start the 8th inning. He has been on base 3 of the 4 times. He is 2 for 3. And John Westman up there at the plate. Reached on a fielder's choice his last time up. Singled and scored in the 3rd. His first time up, he lined out to the 3rd baseman, Dave Ramsey, who made a sensational play. He's 1 for 3 officially with a run scored, no RBIs. Runner goes. Williams is going to be in. That'll be a stolen base for Bryce, who is now 2 for 3 with a walk and a run scored, and he's out at second base. Bottom half of inning number 8. And very impressive 8-run lead here for the Sonoma Giants. Pat Whalen is the manager of the Giants here today, and that is strike 3 called, and Wisman cannot believe it. McClellan with his 4th strikeout and an inning and a 3rd, and the batter is going to be Hunt Bailey. Fastball, strike outside corner. He's probably throwing in the, I'd say he's got to be gearing it up well over 80. I don't know about high 80s, but he's definitely in the 80s. 0-1 pitch, and there goes Williams, and here's the throwdown. He's down by 8, and he steals the base. So he stole second, he stole third. And he gets a glad hand from teammate Doc Sharp. And that one shatters the bat. McClellan off the mound, fielding, throwing, got him. What a scoop down there at first base by Kilmurray. And now Rick Cantor. The play goes 1-3. Cantor with a chance to drive in another run. As you get a look at Bryce Williams, who had a single, stole second and third. 2 out. And Rick pops it up on the infield. Tough play with the sun, but it's going to be made, and the side is retired. All right, we're going to the top of the 9th inning. It's all Giants. 12-4. It's a day at the Coliseum.
Going into the top of the 9th.
Second inning of relief work for Ramirez.
Number 14.
Well, because of the exhibition rules, you don't have to go a required 5 innings. As Troop Marcelino at the plate and lifts a fly ball down the left side, and it's going to be foul. You don't have to go the full 5 to get the win. So technically, the starting pitcher, Paul Behrensmeyer, is going to be the winning pitcher, and Doc Sharp will take the loss. He'll take the loss regardless of how you want to rule it. Fly ball, Williams. Another try and another catch, and there's 1 down. So Troop retired, and the batter is Ryan McClellan, who is 2 for 3. He had a long RBI double back in the 5th. He has scored twice, and he has flied to center field. $15 hits in total here for the Giants. Scoring 12 times. They've stranded 10. 4 runs on 7 hits so far for the Stars. They will get their final at bat in the bottom of the 9th inning. Ball 4. McClellan gets on base 3 times. A single, a double, a walk. He has scored twice. We go back to the top of the order, and Paul Behrensmeyer. And that ball hit him. So a walk, a hit batsman, and now Moran, who has singled, walked, scored 3 runs. I would put him up there for MVP consideration. J.J. Merrick, Ryan McClellan with 2 scoreless innings of relief, striking out 5. Or striking out 4, excuse me, and giving up just 1 hit. Rob Moran. The pitch from Ramirez. That was clearly inside. You got Hunt Bailey behind the plate. We're in the top of the 9th inning. Giants batting, and they lead it by a score of 12-4. Pitch and a swing and a miss. Might have been some kind of a sinking fastball. Ball 4. So a walk, a hit batsman, another walk. And J.J. Merrick, who is driven in 2, he has a perfect day at the plate. He has had a 3 for 3 day, 2 RBIs, 2 runs, and he was hit by a pitch, and he takes a strike. I think that pitch was in Fremont. Nothing in 1. Breaking ball, strike 2 called. Good pitch there by Ramirez. High slider. No balls, 2 strikes. The bases are loaded here in the top of the 9th inning. Again, stay with us at the conclusion of this game. We will have the MVP presentation, the trophy, and maybe a short question or two. JJ stays alive. He's trying to complete a perfect day here at the Coliseum. The pitch. And it's popped up, and I don't think anybody's going to get to that. Well, Ramirez came out of nowhere and nearly made the catch. So 2 strikes on JJ. Bases are loaded. And the windup in the pitch. And it's a ground ball up the middle. Howard bobbles a couple of times, gets it to Cantor for 1. And now a second run is coming home, and he is out. Cantor to Hunt Bailey. They get 1 run in the inning. Give a fielder's choice RBI, 3 RBIs. And Bailey may have been shaken up on the play. That play will go 6-4-2.
Ramirez.
And we're coming to you. The pictures are coming to you from Rickey Henderson Field. So the question is, who is the greatest Oakland A of all time? Here's a line smash, but it's foul. Rafael Ramirez, Jeff Shamrock, Frank Hoppen will be the first 3. And Brian Miller is in to close it out. Ground ball down to third. Scooped there by Ramsey. And out number 1. He got him. Another fine play by the third baseman of the Giants, Dave Ramsey. Now Shamrock against Brian Miller. 2 longtime members of this event. Well, who would you put in there as the possibility of the all-time great Oakland A? Ground ball, backhanded by Ramsey. He's up, he throws, he got him 2 down. I'll tell you what, Brooks Robinson showing up here today in a Giants uniform. Giants lead 13-4. 2 down in the inning, and it's all up to Frank Hoppen. Well, you got to throw Reggie Jackson into that mix, maybe a Jose Canseco, Catfish Hunter. Catfish may be the best of all time in terms of Oakland A's pitchers. Of course, Lefty Grove probably would be the franchise's great. I mean, had the highest winning percentage of all time of any starting pitcher. And this should do it. Brian Miller's got it. Throw on the first is in time. And the Giants, the Sonoma Giants, win Game 3 of A Day at the Coliseum 2017. Final score 13-4 as we send it down to Kenton Lewis and the presentation of today's MVP.
Winner is number 99, Ryan McClellan. Great job today.
Ryan, on behalf of the Oakland A's and the Rebl Empire Baseball League, congratulations for being the Game 3 MVP for 2017.
Thank you. Who knew?
You did a great job.
Thank you.
It was a tight race, so also other good guys. All right. Tell us what you think. What was it like? Did you have a good time?
It was awesome. Had a great time. Wasn't expecting. Injured my wrist Sunday.
Yeah.
Tweaked. It was swollen. Still swollen a little bit.
Yeah.
And I didn't think I was going to play today, so it worked out perfect. Man.
What was the best part about the day? Did you enjoy it?
I enjoyed every part of it. To the cage, going in the cage, not knowing if I was going to be able to throw or not, and then that worked out. And then coming out here and playing center and getting the pitch on the mound was the most highlight. Awesome. It was awesome. And then this guy, my coach right there, right on, bringing it to me. That's the man that pulled me.
That's it, Ryan McClellan.
Thanks, brother.
So, Patrick, you were a first-year manager as well.
Yes, sir.
And so, what did you think? How was it?
This was a blast. It was exactly what I thought it was going to be like. You put it all together well. I mean, it made everybody feel comfortable here. And my hat's off to you. Thank you very much for treating us the way you did. You're awesome.
My pleasure.
Look forward to it next year.
Labor of love.
Right on, man. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thanks, partner.
All right. Until next year, guys.
Sweet. Bye.